welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes, and this week we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Arya Bahreini, and soccer coach Brian Harvey. Arya Bahreini is our Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week this week. He finished third in the Oklahoma Land Run and helped the 15th ranked OCU men's cross country team finish first in the race. Last season, he became the first OCU runner to compete in the NAIA Cross Country Championships, and you were the first OCU runner to compete in that event. What was it like?
It was all in all a great experience. Just being able to go over there and compete amongst the top athletes of the nation, and just seeing the different amounts of talent and hard work that goes out throughout the races. It was a good experience.
You were able to represent the United States in the NACAC Cross Country Championships in Jamaica in January. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it was a whole new experience in competing in the United States. Over there, you guys not only see like the best of the United States, but also the best of other countries such as Canada and Bolivia, and it showed you the different amounts of talent and how like different strategies that I ran in those races. And you kind of got to see that because some of people from other countries brought in some Olympians. So it was definitely a good race.
You finished third individually, and the team finished first at the Oklahoma Land Run. Talk about your performance and the team's performance in that event.
A week before this race, my coach and I, Coach Holt, we sat down, we kind of planned out, what's the plan for the race. And we decided on that I should kind of go out hard from the start because there was a runner from OBU who has a really good kick. And so in order for me to be able to compete with him at the end of the race, I have to kind of just take him away of his kick. So go hard from the start. That way tires both him and me out, and it would be a good finish. Unfortunately, he still outkicked me, but it was a good race.
Out of OCU's top 5 runners, 4 of them are newcomers. Talk about the new additions to the team.
We have Peter Koski, we have Kyle Wardell, Mackenzie Wapapaw-Harris, Chris Lowry, and those are all great runners. They've put so much work in. They're just I'm excited to see as a team what we can all do this season.
Cool. OCU cross country appeared in the coaches poll in the NAIA for the first time this year. What does that mean to the team?
That's a big motivation boost for us. Before this year, OCU cross country and track wasn't really much looked at as a threat. And then now just being ranked, kind of puts us out there, lets people know that, we're trying really hard and we're gonna go to the top.
What's your major here at OCU?
I am a cell molecular biology major.
And what career plans do you have?
I plan on going into the medical field, going to med school, becoming a doctor.
Can you share something about yourself that people may not necessarily know?
I love playing soccer and ping pong. Those are like 2 things I love doing in my pastime. It's really fun.
All right, thanks very much. We're talking to Arya Bahreini, the Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week for this week. The cross-country team gets back underway in the Oklahoma City Fall Classic on September the 21st.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to soccer coach Brian Harvey. The men's team is off to a 2-2 start, and the 8th-ranked women's team is off to a 1-2 start on the season. And coach, on the men's side, your goalkeeper Joe Schulberg has been named the Defensive Player of the Week for the last 2 weeks. Talk about his performance on the field.
Well, he's had a very good start to the season. He had some problems with injuries last year, but he really worked hard this very summer and really came in top shape and is really very deserving of the honors that he's received.
You got 2 players, Adam Black and Rui Vaz, who have scored 2 goals on the year. Talk about their performances.
Well, I mean, Adam Black, he was our leading goal scorer the previous season as well. We felt that we needed, because people were beginning to double team him a little bit, we felt we needed to bring in some help for him. And the Brazilian transfer from Cowley Junior College has done very well. He's taken a little bit of the defense shifting from Adam, and a lot of responsibility. Both of them have come up big up with the goal tallies.
Who are some of the other key contributors we're going to see on the men's team this year?
I think Michael Shanahan's had a very good year so far as a central defender, and also we can keep Denny Frid on the field. He received the red card, so he missed the last 2 games. I mean, he's an excellent addition, but we've just got to keep him on the field.
What can we expect out of the team going forward?
I think that this team it's improving every game as the season goes on. We're improving, and hopefully by the time district play comes around, then we'll be peaking to where we need to be to really have a go at a regional and national tournament.
On the women's side, several new faces on the team this year. How's the transition been?
It's been a little bit difficult for the ladies, and we opened up here a couple of weeks ago against Abilene Christian, who are a Division I side, and we lost 3-2, which wasn't a bad beginning. We fielded 5 freshmen, so it's going to be a little bit transition, and I expect to see the girls improve as the season goes on. It's difficult for freshmen, so many to come in, and freshmen make mistakes. So hopefully we can keep working hard in practice and nullify those mistakes. But the good thing is, you've got a goal scorer up high in McMahon, and you know that she's going to be good for goals. I think she scored 4 goals this season already. So I mean, she's always a threat.
You talked about Megan McMahon already with 4 goals in the first 3 games. That brings her career total up to 64.
I know.
That kind of speaks for itself. But what does she provide on and off the field for your team?
Well, she's one of the nicest people I've ever coached, and she's also one of the better players I've ever coached. I mean, I think the closest to her is a young lady called Sally Cole, about 10 years ago, who's in our Hall of Fame now. But she makes other players around her look better players. She brings a very positive attitude towards the team, and she's a pleasure to work with.
Obviously, a lot of newcomers on the team. Who are some of the key players that you're looking for other than Megan this year?
Obviously, we're looking at Alison Worsham, who was a sophomore. She scored 13 goals last year. We expect her to up her tally a little bit. We expect big performances from our goalkeepers, who are both seniors. And so there's key areas where we're very, very experienced, and there's other areas where we're very young and naive. So hopefully they can gain enough experience over the next couple of weeks, so that when the challenge of conference play comes around, they'll be up for it.
What are your expectations for the women's team this year?
Well, we've been to the national tournament. We've made the last 16 in the last 3 years. With a little bit of luck, and we steer clear of injuries to key players, I think we'll be there or thereabouts again.
What ingredients go into a championship team?
Experience, senior-laden class. Last year was a very good year for us, and I was very disappointed. I felt that team could have made a run at least to the Final Four. I was a little bit disappointed when we were dumped out in the round of 16, because it was a team tailor-made to make a real good run.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Talking to
Thank
OCU
you.
soccer coach Brian Harvey. The women's team returns to action in the John Brown Classic September 13th and 14th. Both teams play at home against Oklahoma Wesleyan on September the 17th. That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.